let's use the priority that we get from mid and bottom lane. This bot lane with a Corki and a Leona should be able to win, even with the Braum matchup there. This bot lane, that's that early dragon that we were just mentioning, and they still have a reasonable amount of time to reset the map, look for other sides of the map, and especially now, Chris not having, or Xiaohu still not having that flash. I expect that that'll be something that we are looking for from JDG's perspective to try to punish. Scout now having access to that ultimate, and we've got Grubs in 2 minutes.
Should be able to finish this one off with one more auto and the smite. Should be able to either recall or flag and drag out if danger does present itself. Or
able to break one of these lanes. Shun is covering on mid. This bottom lane, again, Light still hasn't recalled yet. This is really problematic for Weibo's early game.
Well, Shockwave lands on Zhao, who, remember, he doesn't have any flash, and Shun comes in to pick up first blood for JDG. Tian arrives, but it is all too late. The entirety of the season. It's been inconsistent at best, but so far they are delivering with the Grubs about to spawn. Weibo actually sending all 5 up here to the top side of the map, and they're going to find out Zhuo, who the Tivers will land on top of, and one more rocket from Light is going to seal the deal. So an overload for Weibo working for them so far.
Pace?
But now Pace is transcended, but running into a 1v3. Going to be very dangerous for him to enter that position with the Grubs already being started up. Zhaoshu forces Tian to W away with 2 Grubs still remaining. One of them already claimed by the side of Weibo Gaming. The second one will go over to the Cassante, and he's now stuck inside the pit as Xiaohu and Crisp are trying to chase the Jarvan away. And outside of the river, a smite does not exist on either side. It will be a flip for that third and crucial Grub. All out goes in, on to Breathe. We're getting a crazy team fight at 8 minutes into the game. It's going to be the Corki to claim that second Grub, but now Weibo are trapped. They have to try to find some way to escape, but it will not happen for Breathe. Flag and Drag connects, and it'll be 2-1 to JDG to start off this game, making it a 2-0 lead in the Drake department.
See, Weibo used a numbers advantage to get them in position for the Grubs. With Xiaohu no longer anywhere near that play, they're saying, okay, guys, let's just cut our losses. Let's go across the map.
Yeah, did not have a good time against anyone's legend in that lower semis, but it is easy to forget that they did take BLG, the eventual champions, to 5 games, something that only top esports also were able to do. So interesting things to note. That the peaks of this team certainly are there.
I'm going to use the Unsealed Spellbook Teleport. That is Smite from Tien. Should be up in about 10 seconds. As you can see, it is a rather fast cooldown. Must have had an extra charge. Sion's going to pack up this bottom wave.
Ooh,
oh, wait a minute.
Glacial Fissure into the 2-man Shockwave, and Tien's already down to half HP. Cataclysm comes out, and the Flag and Drag's going to knock up Light, but the Solar Flare will not find its mark, as Tien will be able to survive for now. Light flashes into the pit, and will be in some danger until he has his Valkyrie cooldown available. Doesn't have it yet, and the Rift Herald will be the one to take him down. It's 2-1 in favor of JD Gaming, and they're going to look for even more. Pace dashes forward and will pick himself up a triple kill. It's an absolute wipe for JD in the topside river. They get 4 with Xiaohu on the run.
Very short timers here. Weibo do not have enough damage to be able to play against their opponents, and it starts with Tien getting caught out. Great turnaround coming in from JD Gaming.
Now 3-0-1 on the Yunara. 2 completed items before Light has even finished his second or any completed boots onto the Corki. So big win here for JDG. They're going to try to break open this mid-tier 1 as well. Should be able to do so successfully. Let's see if they go for another charge.
They can. I mean, Dragon's still up. They might be a little bit afraid just because there is a Leona. There's a single ward that is stopping Weibo from, or stopping JDG from immediately getting spotted, but now there's a control.
And now Pays gets fire in onto Breathe a little bit as well. The dissonance gonna slow down Crisp, and it's a 5,000 gold lead, remember, and that just means it'll be all too easy for JD Gaming. A 3-man Shockwave already has connected, and the Cataclysm will find 2 more. It is gonna be another wipe in the mid lane as JD Gaming get themselves an ace for 1 with the Dragon on the menu afterwards.
Xiaoshu, hell, him by himself, he is walking forward into this team. Who is going to kill this Cassante at this time? Now JDG at 19 minutes are going to find themselves on Soul Point 11-2.
JD Gaming, especially recently, they can be at this level. Of course, that matchup against Invictus Gaming could get even more interesting, but still a lot more League of Legends to go. As the Otacon has been started up by JD Gaming, Xiaoshu is going to be forced out. And Weibo go for the collapse here. The Unstoppable Onslaught's going to connect, and that is a big shutdown given over to Light. However, it will come at the Otacon going down. With JDG now fighting a 5v4, but with a lot of crucial cooldowns already off the table for Weibo, they should be able to get out safely. Off in the playoffs, it was Scout who ended up winning the series, but we saw some good stuff from Xiaohu. A pure outclassing, at least at this point, and some serious answers questions I should say, are going to have to be answered on Weibo's side if this is how the mid lane matchup is going to continue to look. As I say that, Paige is going to be forced to pop the cleanse as Xiao Hu throws Tibbers on top of him. Seems like the rest of JDG should be able to box out Weibo for as long as they would like. But the go button has to be pressed at some point. When will Breathe pop the ulti? It is still Xiao Shu and Shun face tanking to their heart's content. The Dragon's at 5,000 HP. They got to get in there soon, or else the soul will be delivered. All out in for Xiao Shu. In goes the Jarvan, but it will be Tian securing the Dragon and preventing that soul from going over. But the fight is still going to come in with Shun landing that Cataclysm onto 2. But there's not a lot of follow-up just yet. Xiao Shu going to single out Light once more. And everybody on Weibo will drop like flies. Only Crisp remains. As Shun going to be the one to close the gap and feed a kill over to his AD carry. A double for the Unara. And JDG find themselves in the race.
Small iframe, essentially. And that's what stopped JDG from being able to secure this soul outright. They couldn't push Tian out of the pit. He gets in, steals it, but it is a Pyrrhic victory. You are now going to be down 10,000 gold at 26 minutes. It doesn't matter that you stole away the Dragon's soul. You're now going to have a Baron that you're going to have to deal with for the next 2 minutes. And there is no waves for you to be able to really play on. Your jungle camps are getting contested. Like a fight where Weibo not only needed to win the Dragon Smite fight, but they also needed to win the fight itself. And they didn't do, they only got one half of that equation. So we'll see what JDG can do. There's not great wave clear coming in from Weibo. They're going to play on 2 lanes. Let Cassante sit in mid. I think Weibo very smartly know that these outer turrets don't really matter in the grand scheme of the game if they want to try to go late. Let's get an objective bounty for ourselves on the bottom side and get Xiao Hu at least a little bit of gold. Maybe he finishes a second item.
But JDG beautifully playing around 2 lanes, having those waves crash at just the exact same time. The inhibitor towers in both mid and top lane under fire, sure to go down. And Weibo once again have to make a pretty tough decision as to where they want to try to have their last stand. The inhibitor tower already taken, the inhibitor in the mid also down. Cleanse onto Paze, and he just eliminates Xiao Hu at the blink of an eye. That is the mid laner for Weibo, already down. Crisp going in, it's already a 4v5 though, and that is not going to be a good sign for the team that's already down 12,000 gold. Tian dashes forward, won't be able to find a single kill with Xiao Shu still standing. Shun flagging Dragon forward, and another race picked up. Where has this JDG team been all year long? It doesn't matter as they have finally arrived to the regional finals and put up a clinic over Weibo in Game 1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.